Welcome to Project Fritillus. In this speculative evolution project, we will ponder how animals would evolve if magic would be intertwined in their evolution. How this changed them over eons of years. We will discover the forms and shapes this will take, see the path they took, and we use randomness with dice for some really interesting surprises. And we will discover some really interesting animals on the way. We begin our journey on Earth in the Ediacara 540 million years ago, and the first life will be transported to Fritillus, and starting the adventure, the arrival of the first life. This transportation itself causes new magic to appear as well. The life can use and adapt. But what is the life that came to Fritillus? Tribrachiodium is one of those. Kimberella, as well as Dickinsonia. Those animals are barely recognizable as animals. However, Haotia is as well there, and Charnia, but those are not plants, those are animals. Those are the Ediacaran animals, just before the Cambrian explosion. And the transportation accident caused a mass extinction on Earth, causing the Cambrian explosion in this timeline. But how will those animals adapt and survive under harsh condition, even harsher as Earth was to that time? Barely, but they hang on. For example, Kimberella adapts to filter feeding and becomes nettier. It uses the magic, here in green, to age its own cells faster, as well as the cells it catches to get the nutrients. Once it discovers there are more nutrients in the water, the net-like structures for filter feeding grow really large, and it catches a lot of stuff. That way it can grow and colonize a lot of Fritillus. However, that's not the only offshoot of Kimberella. In those regions where other life is as well, that can be hunted, Gulp evolves. It uses the magic in its snout to gulp down other animals. It sucks on them and decomposes them. However, since it can't see them, it's not a really good hunter. It relies more on smell and touch. Same as Hydros. However, this one uses more heads, or if you can count a mouth without an eye, a head, to randomly catch more, and it grows them into the direction it needs and hopes to find new prey that way. Not really efficient hunters, but they are good enough. How does the other life evolve? Let's see how Tribrachiodium evolves. Since it got a harder shell, one offshoot gets legs with the new magic. It grows and destroys cells in its shell for movement. On our Earth, this would need a lot of time. However, since they can accelerate time with this magic, that's not a problem anymore. And so the Stonewalker starts to be. Also, since they can move relatively fast, they evolved some kind of eyes all around the body to find food and collect it. However, another offshoot became a filter feeder. and it grows some leaf-like structures to catch different plankton and bacteria out of the water. Aquanco. And you already saw the one Hootia evolves into. The no jelly. It looks like a jellyfish, but it isn't. However, Hootia is probably the oldest jellyfish ancestor we know. So it's only natural something similar might evolve. It swims in the water and filter feeds. However, there are offshoots that adapted to magic. Crawlings goes around and it uses the magic to split. Once it finds a good food source, it takes the nutrients and just splits into 4 new crawlings. That way the crawlings population can just explode in no time. And since they got a high pressure to find food, some of the crawlings evolved eye-like structures to see where the next food is and other crawlings to eat, since they are really competitive. However, floating ones took a different route. Grapplia uses its tail-like structure to find a good space to be, grabs it, grows this structure to anchor itself, and this can become meters long. It grows it fast and it removes it as fast if there are no nutrients at all. They split after they evolved eyes, so both can see. Those should be interesting in the next evolution. But Hootia got other offshoots as well. Netia. It's a filter feeder and more sessile as the Hootia itself was. It's deeply anchored in the ground and it uses the magic to expand really fast and pump a lot of water and with it a lot of nutrients and bacteria into it to grow. So let's see how our Charnia evolves. This plant-like structure evolves some tentacle-like structures in Hentania. It can also see to grab stuff and take it to itself. It grows really fast to get this food and some nearby floating organisms that may be around or that crawl around and just grabs them to eat them. And Extremosa is a different approach. Since there are some that start to eat other animals, it just shrinks down once other animals are not there anymore. And once they are gone, it grows fast into a filter feeder. That way, it can just pop up again thanks to the magic that allows faster growth. The main use of the magic here. And now let's see how Dickinsonia evolved. Dickinsonia is the most mobile animal of all of them. And it evolved in the most interesting ways. Barlini evolved swimming motions to filter feed. Starcrawl is crawling sea star-like structure to get more surface area. Oh, and Ballini uses the magic to decompose and absorb the plankton in its grabbing structures, the baleen-like structures. Crawlings decomposes everything below it, and that gives it a lot of nutrients. However, the most interesting is downlook. It evolved some eyes and it uses the mouth structure to eat. But since most animals are down, it always looks down. There's no need to look up, so it doesn't. All of them were evolved with the help of a list of 100 possible evolution pathways and rolled with a dice. I post the prompt I used in ChatGPT to get those interesting ones in the description of this video if you want to evolve your own. Since there are different moons and different planets. I hope you enjoyed it.